On World Children's Day, we put the plight of Ukrainian children in focus. Forced displacement, deportation, and the fight to protect their future. Welcome to the episode, subscribe and stay tuned. November 20th is observed worldwide as Children's Day. Due to the full-scale aggression, thousands of children have become victims of forced displacement, deportation, identity erasure, and other forms of violence. The Kremlin is blocking access to information about the illegally removed children, as well as those who remain in temporarily occupied territories. Their minors are subjected to torture, psychological pressure, and the influence of Russian propaganda. Watch more about the efforts being made to protect and return Ukrainian children in our report.
In October 2025, another 121 Ukrainian children were successfully brought back from Russia and from territories temporarily occupied by it under President Zelensky's Bring Kids Back UA initiative. Volodymyr Zelensky announced that around 400 locations inside the Russian Federation have been identified where abducted Ukrainian children are being held. The president stressed that the return process remains extremely difficult and requires broad international coordination.
We are also working with Qatar and the Vatican. There are several other countries trying to help. According to our estimates, there are thousands of them there. It's true, around 19,500 abducted children are in Russia. We have to focus on how to find them. It's very hard. We are cooperating with various intelligence services. It's a long and complicated path. Every day we locate more and more children. But this is not just about how they were taken. It's about how to find them. It's tough work, and it's vitally important. Volodymyr Zelensky, President of Ukraine, on Telegram.
Recently, a large group of children and teenagers was brought back from occupation to territory controlled by Ukraine. Russian special services threatened them with torture simply for being Ukrainian, forced them to sing Russian patriotic songs, and made them collect money every month for the Russian army.
19-year-old Mikhailo was taken for interrogation by Russian soldiers, tortured, and threatened with execution because his uncle is an anti-terrorist operation (ATO) veteran. He was only 17 at the time. As soon as he turned 18, the occupiers put him on a military register. 18-year-old Veronica spent most of her life under occupation and attended a Russian school. Despite that, she managed to preserve her Ukrainian identity. The first thing she did upon crossing the Ukrainian border was tear up the Russian passport she had been forced to accept. Today, all the rescued children and teenagers are on Ukrainian-controlled territory. They are receiving psychological support, help with documents, shelter and care, everything they need to feel free and safe again. From a Bring Kids Back, a post on Facebook.
More than 40 countries are now assisting in the return of Ukrainian children. Most members of the International Coalition for the Return of Ukrainian Children are European states. Russia refuses to negotiate with them. The list also includes countries that describe themselves as neutral with regard to military support for Ukraine, but are nevertheless willing to provide humanitarian assistance. Qatar is one such country. Turkey and Kazakhstan have also expressed readiness to help. Several children have already been returned thanks to assistance from the United Arab Emirates.
Over the past 6 months, we have seen a steady increase in the number of children returned each month. It is important to us that this continues. Human rights and civil society organizations, both international and Ukrainian, continue to work on locating and returning Ukrainian children from the occupied territories and from Russia.
The International Coalition for the Return of Ukrainian Children, co-chaired by Ukraine and Canada, now has 44 member countries, plus the European Union and the Council of Europe. Just days ago, the OSCE Parliamentary Assembly officially joined the coalition. It unites 57 participating states and more than 300 parliamentarians, making it an important platform for promoting shared democratic values.
Following my visit to Ukraine in October, I reaffirmed today that our commitment to peace and security in Europe is stronger than ever. And of course, that begins with our unwavering support for Ukraine. As part of that commitment, I am pleased to announce that the Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe Parliamentary Assembly is officially joining the International Coalition for the Return of Ukrainian Children. Pere Joan Ponce Sampietro, President of the OSCE Parliamentary Assembly, from the speech at the opening of the OSCE PA Autumn Session in Istanbul.
After the International Criminal Court in The Hague issued arrest warrants in spring 2023 for Putin and Russia's Children's Rights Commissioner Maria Lvova-Belova over the illegal deportation of Ukrainian children, the search and identification process became significantly harder. This summer in Istanbul, the Ukrainian delegation handed Russia a list of 300 children. Russia confirmed it was prepared to consider returning some of them, effectively the first time the Russian Federation has acknowledged the abduction of Ukrainian children, human rights defenders note. Recently, Lvova-Belova personally admitted to taking a Ukrainian child. In an interview, she confessed that a boy named Philip, whom she illegally removed from Mariupol, loved Ukraine, sang Ukrainian songs, and did not want to move to Russia, but that she had effectively changed his identity, broken him, and turned him into a Russian.
Очень трудно оценить.
It's hard to say whether this is cynicism on her part or simply a lack of professionalism. When a person says horrific things without even understanding the nature of her own crime, everyone else understands. She thinks she is doing a good deed while ignoring all international norms and standards.
Russia is offering forcibly deported Ukrainian minors for forced adoption. The occupation authorities in Luhansk region have created an online catalog in which Ukrainian children are sorted by age, eye color, and hair color. The database contains 294 Ukrainian children. According to Mykola Kuleba, founder of Save Ukraine, Russian authorities have amended laws to allow them to change the surnames and birth dates of abducted children.
Since 2014, children from occupied regions have been systematically abducted, renamed, and placed with Russian families. Now, with updated laws, Russia can even alter their surnames and birthdays. This isn't just illegal, it's a war crime. Mykola Kuleba, founder of Save Ukraine, on social network X.
To date, Ukraine has documented the deportation by Russia of more than 19,500 children, cases where detailed information has been gathered. A total of 1,777 children have been brought home. Specialists begin preparing an individual reintegration plan for each child as soon as the rescue operation starts, because the return journey itself is also traumatic.
We constantly adjust the return algorithm. Until the end of 2023, we used to send mothers or other legal guardians. That was Russia's requirement. But the Russians started arresting and interrogating those mothers, grandmothers, and sisters, creating a dangerous situation for relatives. Now we send specially trained people who carry all the necessary authorization documents from the child's official guardians. The children are then brought back to Ukraine via third countries. Daria Kasyanova, head of the board of the Ukrainian Network for Children's Rights,
Kyiv, together with its international partners, continues working to bring home every child illegally deported by Russia. Reported by Victoria Chistukina, UATV News.
What's your take on all this? Share your thoughts below. This is UATV. Stay sharp, in focus, and stay safe.